New York City hiring more than 100 new school safety agents, which comes on the heels of a violent week at New York City schools. 3 students were stabbed in separate incidents since Tuesday. Mayor Adams was quick to respond to call for more metal detectors and scanners in schools during a press conference at City Hall earlier this week. Listen.
The police department and the Department of Education and school safety leaders, they're going to continue to do an analysis and determine which schools we should have those scanners. And we're continuously looking at ways of having non-intrusive scanners because, you know, we have a balance of protecting our children without damaging that they're feeling as though we're turning into some form of jail-type atmosphere.
So the additional school safety agents being hired still doesn't get us back to pre-pandemic levels. NYPD Inspector Kevin Taylor is the commanding officer of the School Safety Division, and he is joining us this morning to discuss the other measures that are being taken to help keep New York City students safe in school. So good morning, Inspector. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
I mean, talk about a rough start to the month, right?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
3 stabbings in just 3 days. What's the latest on the status of those students right now?
Okay. Some have been treated and released. We have one we're keeping our prayers out for and make sure he recovers as well.
Okay.
Inside a local hospital.
And what has been done inside the schools?
Well, providing our security school safety agents, additional personnel. Obviously, we know it's tight because we don't have as many, as you said, from our pre-pandemic days. But we're still hiring. Right now, we currently have, we're hiring today 120 that are currently going through the process, and graduating 31. 31 is not a big number, I got it, but it's something more than what we have.
When you say hiring 120 today, what does that mean? When did they start, and where will they be deployed?
They're going to be going to the academy, and they'll spend about 5 months there.
So not in the school year? We're not going to see those 100 in the school year?
No, you're not going to see them in that school year. They have to go through a sensitive training.
But I think there's also a concern because of the budget cuts. Is that really going to happen?
It's going to happen. We actually have those, it's already been said, they're going to be hired today, as we speak.
Okay.
When you hear from parents after these stabbings, especially Edward R. Murrow School, a lot of the parents were saying they were upset that they didn't hear enough fast. You hear about a stabbing in a classroom, in a school, you're worried. Is that my kid? What's happening?
I get it. I have 2 kids of my own. I want to make sure that I get what the parents are going through in that sense. One of the things we had to pivot on when we had the junior high school at 123, I personally went out there and spoke to those parents and get their anxiety down, because I get it. You know, what's going on with my kid? They're inside the school. You have no way of communicating other than the text back and forth. Other than that, we get it. So we want to make sure our communication with our DOE to put a message out to our parents and guardians that your kids are safe. Make sure that, hey, there's communication. And we have to work on that to make sure that our communication to our parents is going out correctly.
For these parents listening, they're wondering if their school is going to have a violent incident, if they haven't already. Can you paint a picture of what happens when there is a stabbing, when there's a shooting outside of the school? Do you bring in the roving scanners right after? You hold the students, you shelter in place, and then you scan them as they come out to see who else could have weapons?
So if we have a weapon that, let's say, a breach inside of our school, if there is no metal detectors inside that school, chances are we're going to bring out our reverse scanning, which means deploying our personnel to that location, to that school, to make sure every other school, every other student is safe inside that school. So that means, just like we did in Monroe, we recovered over 25 weapons doing the reverse scanning. It works. So that's one less weapon that's going to be out there in the street or in that school to hurt another student.
So that being said, where the incidents happened the last 3 days, did those schools have roving monitors or detectors, or?
There were no metal detectors in those schools prior.
So they had nothing at all?
They had nothing at all until we brought those metal detectors after the incident took place.
Does that need to change?
Do we need more metal detectors? Yes. I mean, obviously the mayor said the same thing, that we just want to make sure it's less intrusive. I mean, obviously we want them to feel somewhat like going to an airport. Just drop your stuff off, go right through, and keep it moving from that point on.
Hard to find that balance, though.
It is. It's striking hard to make sure kids are safe, letting them know that you can go, and people that, kids or parents that drop their kids off, they want to know that that's a safe haven for their students. And that's my job, to make sure I deliver on that. If I don't deliver on that, then I'm doing something wrong completely.
We've heard from a number of advocates, though, who say, we don't want to drop our kids off and make them feel like they're going into a prison.
Yeah.
So what do you say to those people who say, let's get more social workers and guidance counselors instead of more metal detectors?
I would tell you, it's definitely not going to a prison. I don't even want to paint that picture at all. I think you hear from the students and saying, I love that knowing that there's no other weapons in that school. Going through that system, going through that metal detector, lets them know that there's no other student or anyone else that has a weapon inside that school.
What else can be done then, on top of adding, more, maybe perhaps more officers?
I mean, we have to speak to our kids and our parents, or we all have to speak to our kids and say, hey, leave those weapons at home. There's no need to bring a weapon to school. And if you're feeling insecure about something, call someone. Let us know what's going on inside that school. That's DOE. That's us as your partners. Our partners there. But we have to know what's going on in those schools. So don't be afraid to speak up and say, hey, there's something going on inside at 3 o'clock. There's something about to happen at 3 o'clock. And most kids know. They're the ones that are letting us know, hey, oh my God, there's something going on in our school. They know the temperature of the school.
Yeah, because I mean, doesn't there need to be something done or said that not just leave the weapons at home, but you don't need weapons? I mean, there needs to be some
You don't need a weapon at all.
to...
Leave that job to us, I said. Just leave that to us. But there's a sense of going to and from school. We answered that call by putting our youth response team to those locations to make sure that you see a mass presence of police personnel to and from school. So you see, okay, oh my God, I feel safe. I see someone in uniform. When I get to school, there's another person in uniform. Leave the weapons at home. We don't need them. The kitchen knives and the pepper sprays, we don't need it.
We're running out of time. I want to ask you a quick question regarding metal detectors and ghost guns. Every time there's violence in the schools, the mayor is so quick to point out, we've never had a shooting in schools, or we haven't had one recently, out of the biggest school system. Yes, we're all praying that it stays that way.
Please.
Will metal detectors pick up ghost guns?
Good question. And the answer to that question is, it's a ghost gun. If it's made out of plastic and stuff like that, it's going to be harder to detect. But is there technology out there that can detect it? Yes, there is.
Do we have that?
In our schools? I like that question.
Tough question.
Definitely tough question. Currently, I'm not going to answer that because it's a security question, and I won't release that if that's the case.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in to give us the latest on the incidents in the city schools.
I definitely wanted to let you guys know that we bring out the technology and things of that nature, so I just wanted to let you see something like that. This is where panic buttons, things of that nature, we're placed inside our schools as well as individuals and things of that nature. So if you hit that, I press it down right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Hold it for down for 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Now, right now, what's going on, it's hidden inside our headquarters to let us know that, hey, there's an issue going on.
And you have a GPS monitor, so they know where this is.
Yes, it's going off on that side, so.
Oh, very
wow.
cool.
Can we see that? Can you bring that over? You can just
Go ahead, you
walk
can walk
it over. You
over.
can walk it over to us.
This is the part of the
you press-
NYPD team.
Yes. Who will have access to this?
Oh, I see. I gave you guys a little sneak peek of something what's going on.
Oh, this is great.
Yes. As you see, the alarms will go off. It'll actually have.
So it's going off right now.
Yes.
Which one? This one.
And who has these phones?
So we did a pilot program in different schools, actually in the school where 5 different schools. This is where we place them inside the school. If there's any issue, they hit that. God forbid we had an active shooter, things of that nature. A silent alarm goes off and lets us all know.
They meaning teachers.
Yes,
So a
a teacher,
a
school safety agent. All of our school safety agents have those on our phones.
Oh, look at that.
And it can talk back. Now, all right, this is Inspector Taylor.
Good morning, sir. This is the alarm unit.
Okay, we're just doing a test. We're live right now on Pix 11.
Wow.
Okay, that's a.
Yes.
Thank you.
We received your test.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
All right. Have a good day.
All right, bye-bye.
Is that a gift? Can we keep that?
But how many
That would
schools
be
will have
helpful.
access to that?
If I can get into every school, we'll do it in every school. But right now, it's a pilot program which has been very, very successful to make it happen.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so
That was
much for sharing with
fantastic.
us.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right,
Happy
Kevin Taylor
holidays.
from the NYPD.